It's the mid of the 2021 and the trend in the compact SUV segment is still higher. In spite of the pandemic, the XUV300 and the Ecosport manages to keep a reasonable sales figure for their companies respectively. And that is why I am here to differentiate between these two compact SUVs, that is the Mahindra's XUV300 versus the Ford's Ecosport. And which one should you be getting in this mid of 2021? Well, both these compact SUVs are best in its segment and are in the Indian market for quite some time now. The Ecosport has been in the India for almost 10 years and in 2017 it got a facelift, whereas the Indian manufacturer Mahindra introduced the XUV300 on 2019, and it's a new car in the competition. Meanwhile, Ecosport has always been a benchmark for the compact SUV segment and the car who introduced this sub 4 meter compact SUV segment in India. And if you are someone who is confused between these two compact SUVs, then watch this video till the end and I hope you will enjoy watching it. So without any further delay, let's get started. So the first parameter is safety of both these sub 4 meter compact SUVs. Well, when it comes to a family car, most of us are having a priority to get a safer car, and we all should support this safer car for India. As for today, the Mahindra XUV300 is one of the most safest car in the Indian market. It scored 5-star rating for the adult and a 4-star rating for the children, which is the highest rating that any Indian car have ever received so far. Whereas the Indian Ecosport had never been tested on any crash tests. But the European Ecosport was tested and it scored a 4 stars of rating. So from that we can conclude that the Ecosport is also a safer car. And also from some real life accidents we came to know about the build quality and the safety of the Ford's Ecosport. And when it comes to the safety features, both these compact SUVs are fully loaded with lots of safety features. But in case of the number of airbags, the Mahindra XUV300 provides 7 airbags option in the top trim, whereas the Ford Ecosport comes with 6 airbag option in their top variants. The second parameter is the looks and the dimensions of both these compact SUV. So when it comes to the looks, it's totally an individual's opinion. Then too, some might choose a rear mounted stepney on the Ecosport, whereas some might like the front updated look on the Mahindra's XUV300. And don't forget to comment your view on which looks do you like, the XUV300 or the Ecosport. And when it comes to dimension, the length and the height of the Ecosport is slightly higher than the XUV300. But in terms of width, the XUV300 is more wider than the Ecosport. In the meantime, the Ecosport provides a similar size stepney mounted at the tailgate, but the XUV300 provides a lower size stepney wheel at the back. The third parameter is the engine and the mileage of both these compact SUVs. Well, the XUV300 comes mated with a 1.2 liter turbo petrol and a 1.5 liter diesel engine. The turbo petrol engine in the XUV300 produces 110 bhp of power and a 200 Nm of peak torque, whereas the 1.5 liter diesel unit on the XUV300 produces 116 bhp of power and a greater torque of 300 Nm. On the other hand, Ecosport comes with a 1.5 liter petrol and a 1.5 liter diesel engine. The 1.5 liter petrol engine in the Ecosport produces 149 Nm of torque, whereas the diesel unit in the Ecosport produces a maximum torque of 215 Nm. So in terms of the torque output and the engine performance, the XUV300 is in a lead. And if you want to check out the engine performance of this 1.5 liter petrol Ecosport engine, then I will be giving the link in the description below. In case you want, you can check it out also. And if you are still watching this video, consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notification for future updates. Now, the fourth parameter is the rear seat space and the boot space of both this compact SUV. Since the XUV300 is more wider than the Ecosport, the rear seat space is more in the XUV300 than the Ecosport. And it also comes with a rear AC vent, which makes it more comfortable to ride in the rear seat in the Mahindra's XUV300 than the Ford's Ecosport. Moreover, the XUV300 gets a dual channel AC control. And when it comes to the boot space, the XUV300 provides a boot space of around 260 liter, whereas the Ecosport comes with a 340 liter. So in terms of the boot space, the Ecosport would be better than the Mahindra's XUV300. Now it's obvious that the Ecosport is lacking in many sectors as it was launched 4 years ago, whereas the XUV300 is new on the market and it is more up to date. To compete with the competition, Ford needs to update the Ecosport to gain a more sales number than the XUV300, though the present generation Ecosport still looks up to date. Now the fifth parameter is the after-sales service and the servicing cost of both these compact SUVs. Well, the Mahindra provides a more service station than the Ford in India. So in terms of the availability of the service stations, the Mahindra's XUV300 would be much better than the Ford's Ecosport. And when it comes to the servicing cost, both the brands provides a reasonable servicing cost, but when it comes to the Ford's servicing cost, Ford provides a transparent service cost. You can easily visit the Ford India website to calculate the servicing cost of your car. And we all know that a Ford is an US brand, whereas the Mahindra is an Indian brand. And when an Indian manufacturer can provide a car like the XUV300 and the Tata Nexon, then we all should support our Indian brands. Now let's conclude this video short. So the Mahindra's XUV300 is in a lead and provides a good choice to the Indian customers, with a great safety features, with more rear seat space and a much more up-to-date features in the car. Whereas the Ecosport has always been a benchmark, and people who consider Ecosport in this mid of the 2021 also will not regret, as it has its own identity on the Indian market. It has proved itself over these years and provide many satisfied customers since long. The Ecosport also has its own charm, like a good ground clearance, a fun to drive factor, and provides a great stability on the high speeds. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you have still not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel, and if I have missed out any other factors, comment down in the comment section. So stay safe, and I wish to see you in the next one.